Happy New Year! Here we are on Nemetisena again to test how the Spartan Hoplites do against Legionary Cohort. Spartan Hoplites cost exactly the same as Legionary Cohort, they both cost 700. And if we compare their stats, a few glaring differences become apparent. The Legionary Cohort has better melee attack and weapon damage by the Spartan Hoplites by a significant amount. That means that the Legionary Cohort is going to be hitting the Spartan Hoplites. If we just look at the melee attack, they're going to be hitting the Spartan Hoplites more, and each hit is going to hurt more. They also have 10 more armor. They have less melee defense, a low charge bonus, while the Spartan Hoplites have a high charge bonus, higher melee defense, lower armor but higher health, and 10 higher morale. That is substantial. That might enable the Spartan Hoplites to stay in the fight. So just by looking at these two units, you can probably ascertain that it's going to be important for the Spartan Hoplites to get a good charge, and it's also going to be important for the Hoplites to use their Hoplite wall. So we're going to try a few different strategies against the Legionary Cohorts of Rome here using our Spartan Hoplites. We're charging in 3 ranks deep. Formation attack on, formation attack off. Formation attack is off down here, you can see a lot more blobbing. Formation attack is on over here. And you can see the Spartan Hoplites are not doing particularly well here against the Legionary Cohort. That isn't really surprising, considering that they aren't even using Hoplite wall at this point. And Hoplite wall doesn't just increase a unit's defensive capabilities. Here I'm activating Hoplite wall with formation attack on, and that's going to contract the formation. That is very bad. So the Spartan Hoplites don't throw javelins on the charge either, and it's hard. It's very easy to underestimate how much damage the precursor javelins can do. Let's just say that 2 ranks of precursor javelins are being thrown, so that's going to be 80 precursor javelins. Now 80 precursor javelins thrown at point blank range, 50% are going to be deflected by the shields of the Spartan Hoplites. But the precursor javelins, the Pila, have, I believe it is 12 armor piercing and 32 total. So let's say that they have 100% accuracy, which they of course don't, but let's just say that they do at this short range. Then that means that 40 javelins are hitting the Spartan Hoplites, and those 40 javelins are guaranteed to do 360 damage to the Spartan Hoplites. That means that quite a few Spartan Hoplites are dying just from the volley, just before the charge hits. So that difference is going to be hard to make up with 26 charge bonus. So over here we're charging in, and we're going to be using the phalanx. But one of the very nice things about the phalanx is that the phalanx is actually going to give the Spartan Hoplites a bonus of 5 against infantry. So that, together with the charge, is going to allow the Spartan Hoplites to kill more Legionary Cohort on the charge. And you can see that it's a lot more even in this fight than it is in this fight. And these fights, well, the Spartan Hoplites just got spanked by the Legionary Cohort. Devastating defeat. But when using the phalanx, they are going to do better. And you can see that they are not even in a proper phalanx formation now. But when formation attack is off, they're still going to get the bonus. They're going to have 82 melee defense. They're going to get hit less. And the phalanx doesn't actually increase their armor, of course. I believe I said it did earlier, but it doesn't anymore. It just increases melee defense, it increases mass, and it allows them to, and gives them the very important 5 bonus against infantry. And the 5 bonus against infantry applies to melee attack weapon damage, so with that 5 bonus, they're going to do more damage to the Legionary Cohorts, they're going to get hit less, and they are going to do more damage when they actually hit. So here you can see the difference. Charging in here, we have formation attack on. Charging in here, and here we're going to wait for a while until we activate the phalanx. So phalanx, fast forward. Without phalanx, no contest. The Legionaries spank all over the Hoplites. With phalanx and formation attack on, well, the Spartan Hoplites get spanked. With formation attack off and phalanx on, the Spartan Hoplites will spank the Legionary Cohort on the charge. Over here as well, doing a lot better than outside of phalanx, of course. Not doing as well in phalanx and formation attack. So you'll see this trend with a lot of the formation attack units. If they have shield wall, charging in, activating shield wall or phalanx and having formation attack off is going to be good. Now for the Romans, having formation attack off means that they're going to be able to do this to the Spartan Hoplites. They're going to be able to surround the Spartan Hoplites that are in the phalanx and have formation attack on. So if you notice that formation attack is on for your opponent and they're going into phalanx, you can either pull away and get a few free javelin volleys off against the Spartan Hoplites, but you can also just do this and blob around and defeat the Spartan Hoplites. If the Hoplites charge in and activate phalanx, it's going to be a bad time for the Legionary Cohort. So the only instance where Spartan Hoplites are going to be able to defeat the Legionary Cohort reliably is going to be using phalanx. If they are up against Roman legionaries that are not in formation attack, Spartan Hoplites are also going to be able to defeat the Legionary Cohort, because the Legionary Cohort isn't going to be able to blob around, and the Spartan Hoplites are going to be fighting Legionary Cohorts mainly to the front. So if you're up against Legionary Cohort and you get a good charge, you're activating phalanx, you have formation attack off, you actually have good chances in defeating the Legionary Cohorts. But if the Legionary Cohorts have formation attack turned off, you're charging in, you have formation attack on, you're activating phalanx, then your chances suddenly don't look as good. So there we go. I'd say those are fairly conclusive results. Spartan Hoplites can indeed defeat the Legionary Cohort, but only if you use them correctly. And that's a trend that applies to a lot of the civilized melee units, spear units. Used correctly, they will be able to defeat Legionary Cohort. Used incorrectly, you don't stand a chance. Strength and honor.